Friends, how are you today? It's time for If you're new, hello, hi, I hope you're doing well. I'm Kaiotik and I'm a health and fitness trainer, and once a week I'm going to be putting out a health and fitness tip for you. Alright, so we're going to talk about corn. Sweet corn is considered a vegetable. It's high in fiber. Corn as a whole is high in fiber. Now you got dry seed popcorn, that's actually considered a whole grain. And then you have whole corn, which is naturally gluten-free, okay? It does have vitamin C, vitamin B, magnesium, potassium. It's high in lutein and liaxanthine. It's two carotenoids, okay? They may prevent cataracts, okay? Or age-related macular degeneration, which is degeneration that happens from the back of the eye. All right, so it promotes health. Those are your pros for corn. Let's talk about your cons, okay? First of all, it can be very starchy. A lot of sugar. It can raise your blood sugar. People who have diabetes type 2, beware of that, okay? Also, people prepare corn the wrong way. Okay, let's talk about it. What are we putting in our corn? We're putting butter. We're putting sugar. We're putting salt. We're putting all these things in our corn, and now our corn creates like a type of soup, right? When we refrigerate it and we look in the refrigerator after it's been in there for some time, you notice that there's a white pool in the corn. That means everything that's in there besides the corn is unhealthy. That's exactly what that means. What can that do? That can clog your arteries. That can cause congestion. So when you wake up and you can't breathe or you're coughing up congestion or phlegm, it can be because you ate that particular corn. That's one piece of what you're eating. If you eat it that way, that's going to make you unhealthy. It's going to cause sickness and unnecessary health issues, okay? So definitely want to stay away from that if you have type 2 diabetes, COPD, if you're overweight, if you're obese, or you're considered obese and you're trying to lose weight, don't eat that, okay? We can also talk about how processed corn includes refined oil, sugar, syrup, and chips. Those are all processed versions of corn. It does not have fiber. It does not have nutrients. So the nutrients that we named, the fiber, the vitamin C, the vitamin B, the magnesium, and the potassium, is not there. It's gone. It's absent. So now you're just eating garbage at this point, okay? So when you're eating processed corn, when you're eating these chips that have corn flavor or whatever it is, there's nothing in that that's healthy. The many processed products, they have high added salt, sugar, and fat. Now, I just mentioned the way that people prepare them for like soul food purposes and big dinners, okay? That they put salt, sugar, and butter, and sometimes they put grease in it. Yeah, that sounds crazy. Like Crisco, kind of like when they make cornbread. Some people actually put grease, fat back, things of that nature in the corn to give it flavor. And that makes it gross. That makes it nasty because you're basically putting something in there to somebody that's going to make them sick. That's going to make them nauseated. That's going to make them slow. The more you put stuff in there that shouldn't be in your food, the slower your body's going to move. It's almost like giving yourself an extra 60 pounds to carry around unnecessarily. You already weigh whatever you weigh. Just add another 60 pounds just because we're eating something which you need. It's going to make you very, very sluggish. It's going to make you like very slothful. It weighs you down. And there's no reason for you to have food that weighs you down. You need food to give you energy, right? Corn has the ability to give you the correct nutrients if you eat it the right way. The corn shell itself, which is the outside kernel, not the popcorn kernel, but the actual corn kernel, it's like the yellow square that's like hundreds of them on a corn on the cob. Okay, so when you eat that, you're chewing on that, and you notice it's not really going anywhere. And the reason being is because it's a shell. It's made out of mostly cellulose. There's nothing in our body that has the ability to really break down cellulose that strong that comes from corn. Our bodies are really, really smart. They will take out the nutrients from the kernel or the corn shell itself and then send the corn shell through our intestines to end up in our stool. So that's why when we look at corn, we're like, oh man, I ate this corn and it looks just like it did when I ate it, then now in my stool. No. Your nutrients and your fiber and your magnesium and potassium was taken out of the corn And the shell itself is just not something that the body needs, so it just discards it. So that's why it looks the way it looks. It doesn't mean that you didn't actually eat the corn, or it doesn't digest the corn. It doesn't digest the corn shell, okay? You got more side effects than you do nutrients opportunities, because people abuse corn and misuse corn when corn can actually be a good thing if done correctly. Now, here's my advice. My advice is for anybody who has type 2 diabetes. All right, first of all, I wouldn't eat corn at all. Anytime I'm preparing any kind of meal prep, meal plans in my business, I do not fix corn or suggest corn in a menu for any person, whether they have type 2 diabetes or not, because it's just simply an unhealthy opportunity, okay? Now, when it comes to type 2 diabetes, my suggestion would be to eat like Smart Pop popcorn, like in the chip aisle, that allows you to eat the popcorn without eating the kernel. So you're able to make a smarter decision. The popcorn itself is light. I would go that route in type 2 diabetes if I just had to have some type of corn. I would skip the whole popcorn thing and I would go straight to rice cakes, to be honest. You've got so many different nutrients and you got so many different cons. It's probably 70-30 because people eat it the wrong way and don't even realize that it has all these good things in it. And they just eat it because they think it's a vegetable and the vegetable is good for them and all this kind of stuff right here. Well, now you have some knowledge on corn. You can make that decision on what you want to do and how you want to cook it. And hopefully you won't put salt, sugar, butter, and grease in the corn for Sunday dinners from this day forward, because now you know better. And when you know better, you do better, right? I'm Kaiotik here. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you subscribe, and I hope you have a great day. All right, guys. Kaiotik out.